the A-list characters, because A-list characters are held to like such a high standard that if you fuck up one thing, you've got an army of incels on your ass for 3 years.
Yep. Well, he's done good with all the other stuff that he's had.
I'm just gonna remain cautiously optimistic, just because even though it's a bunch of CDF characters,
Dude,
you know, it's not gonna excuse shitty writing. So
we are live now, but so this is
we are live
yeah,
now. Hell the fuck
So
yeah!
I stand by this. What DC should have done when they realized Marvel was winning that race is DC should have stuck with B, C, and D characters across the board, because they were getting. I don't give a fuck about the 45th Batman movie that came out. We've had 19 different Supermen now. I don't give a shit.
That's
The
fair.
CD
Give me one
list
moment.
characters can very well be their bread and butter.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, I'm gonna put it this way because I am a Vertigo magic nerd. Look, with the success of NBC's Constantine, and then the CW buying the rights, and him being on Arrow and whatnot, and then all the movies, John has become a B-list character 100%. Like, he had a following, but now everyone knows who he is. And then same with Lucifer. Who the fuck was Lucifer before the show? Now, the show isn't that great, I will put that out there, but it introduced a lot of people to Neil Gaiman's writing and Mike Carey's writing.
Yeah, no, I never watched the Lucifer show. I overall lost interest in the Arrowverse. I like Stargirl because they're using those old school characters. The old characters. The Alan Scott Green Lantern, Dr. Fate.
Yeah, I need to get caught up on... Oh my god, I need to get caught up on it. Do you remember that one episode of Legends? I think it was Legends with the JLA. It was like in season 2, and like there was like a brief like screen scene where like they glimpsed over like Fate's costume.
Yeah, but they did it. They did a big thing on Stargirl too.
Oh,
with
swag.
the picture, and in Constantine, the show, they had straight up had his helmet.
And he was like, don't touch that. One more person, and then we will be ready to get this show on the... Where the fuck is it? Oh my god, it's a little turtle! So, in my own personal server with my friend, we have been experimenting with bots because we want to make it more active. And I had the pleasure of struggling with Carlbot. Carlbot being the little, like, turtle.
Okay. I don't know shit about those bots.
It's a moderation and role bot.
There's a bot in one of the channels that I'm in that is just pictures of food.
Pictures of food?
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite picture that they have shown?
Dude, I haven't been in there in so long, I don't even remember. I think it was like a chicken cordon bleu.
Fair enough. I've had really shitty chicken cordon bleus, but it's only because it was when I was hospitalized. That's a whole different story. And you know, shitty hospital food? That's like...
chicken cordon bleu.
Well, obviously the hospital I was in tried it, and it was like mushy and wet. Like overtly wet.
Alright. Okay.
Awful. I digress. In ours, we have the miso bot, and we use it for fishy. And, we got sick and tired of her being stingy, so my friend named her, Stinky Dumb Fish Bot. I just said the word, I didn't mean to say it, but...
Alright. Aggressive?
She gave me one fish one time. And then turned around and gave my friend 300.
Okay. Okay.
I digress. Alright, so, you're off screen with a movement that does not look appropriate.
Am I back on screen now?
We're all children in this house. It's all good. Okay, so, and good news to the live crowd here. Look what I got my hands on today. I am so happy. It's really good so far. I'm just gonna throw that recommendation out there. If you want to get your younger siblings or children into Constantine, this is definitely the way to go, and it's got a bunch of references in there to adult readers. I love it. I've been cracking up over it. Like, again, they had him wearing a Batman shirt, Clyde. It was so cute. And then they had, like, they had a direct reference to Animal Crossing in there. Hold on. I actually took a picture of it for my friend because I wanted to see some of this. What was it? Oh, no, look at all these animals crossing here. If only someone could supply them with mortgages. So, yeah, I've been happy. It's the best $10 I've spent in a hot second.
Damn it.
Anyway. And yes, I do have my coffee tonight.
Excellent.
I need to ask you though, do you know what an alien's favorite coffee is?
What?
Starbucks.
No. No. I hate it here.
I have dad jokes too.
I fucking hate it here.
Hi, welcome to the club. Alright, bestie, we getting the show on the
We're
road?
getting the show on the road.
Alright, I told you could do it this time.
Our announcement?
Yeah!
We have 23 subscribers! Yay!
My pop filter just blocked my entire face. But yeah, 23 subs, that's pretty rad.
That is, it's dope. And I appreciate every single one of you, 23 people.
Same here, for sitting through our technical difficulties and weird rants.
Facts. Sorry, I'm getting ready to...
True.
I'm setting up on TikTok too, live.
Tiki-Tok. Hell yeah. Tonight we are talking Wave X, and I didn't get the ears because I couldn't find them. So...
The what?
Bro, every
Oh,
time we've
your
talked
ears.
Wave X. And the hat. Actually, I have the hat. If I knock over anything, it's going to be hell. I have the hat, but I don't have the ear, so I don't think it has the full effect. It doesn't have the
It
full
doesn't
effect.
have the full effect. You just look like
It really
a
doesn't.
weird Gandalf.
I do plan on getting a pink wig because my goal is to subsequently, I believe that's the word, cosplay Pixie every time we talk Wave X.
Okay. Okay.
I think it'd be pretty funny. Also, she's really pretty.
I'm here for it.
Literally in my friend's server, my screen name is Pixie Simp Legion Kenny.
Or
Okay, I relate to the characters with parental issues, Clyde.
I mean, they all have parental issues though.
Yeah, but David's
Every
got
single-
big issues with Charles.
Like every single comic character has parental issues.
But did your dad put you in a medically induced coma after getting a mutant out of your head? Just to say peace.
But did your parents die in an alley? And then you became a sociopath who thinks he's a fucking bat. Batman sucks.
Bro!
But let's get this.
Here's what I've been saying for the last 3 weeks. If Bruce and Talia don't get in fucking couples therapy for the sake of Damien, I will throw hands.
Dude, I don't give a shit. Damien's already gone. That's a wrap. Talia sucks. Bruce Wayne's a piece of shit, letting people run around with no pants on.
No, back up with Talia, back up with Talia. I will beat your ass for that one, because I am a simp for her.
I don't know if you read Checkmate. She's meh.
Fair. I just think she's pretty. And that's why I like her.
That seems to be the trend.
acknowledge shitty writing, but I will acknowledge also that women are pretty.
I hear you. All right. Do you want to start with Basilisk? Because there doesn't seem to be a lot about that.
We haven't even done our introductions, my guy.
Hi, I'm John. I make things. There's shit behind me. There's some more shit over there on my couch. I'm running out of space in my shop.
Oh, yeah.
Because
He got a place to display his shit.
they actually asked me if I wanted to. I made
Which is rad.
I made a crown from the season finale of WandaVision for one of the dudes there, and then they asked if I want to put stuff in the shop, and I thought it was going to be like a helmet behind their counter, and it is the whole wall above their expensive comics and D&D shit. So
That is so cool.
I'm taking suggestions on what to make. If anybody has any ideas,
Dr. Fate's
well,
helmet.
that's already on the list because I want to do that.
Okay, then that's all that
There's
matters.
a list of things that I want to do. It's Dr. Fate's helmet, Magneto's helmet. Shit. There's something else. Oh, Blunt Man. Because why not?
Why not?
He wanted some D&D swords from some dude. I don't know much about the D&D character names, but he had. Well, I guess his swords names are Ice, Death, and Twinkle.
Wasn't expecting that last one, but okay.
Neither was I. I looked at him like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's Icing,
hi.
Death, and Twinkle.
Huh. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, I'm Tyler. I cosplay. I sometimes prop make. And I read comics. I don't know if it's for a living at this point, but it surely is taking up space in my wallet. Alright, there we go.
Perfect. Alright.
Also, I have a caffeine addiction. I drink coffee every week. Alright. Okay, so you said start with Basilisk. Yeah. I think what I've noticed with my note taking is when we do like more larger drawn out series, my notes are more in depth because I have enough story to work with and reference off of. I thought you were drinking beer for a moment. Oh my god.
No. It's it's a soda called Culture Pop. It's orange, mango, chili, and
Really
lime.
good. Ooh, that sounds good. So yeah, I've noticed like my notes with Way of X are becoming more fleshed out because I have enough to like reference back on. But like smaller series, it's just bullet point.
Yeah. I mean the second issue of Basilisk was alright.
Then we're doing Basilisk. So Basilisk number 2 is by Colin Bunn. He's the writer, and the artist is Jonas Sharp. It's through Boom Studios. Boom seems to be a theme on this channel. So I'm gonna just point this out here because I know we have a couple of Sandman fans that watch us. When they do the flashback scenes, the art style really reminds me of John Bolton's art style and Dave McKean's art style. And for those who don't know, John Bolton did the interior illustrations for Books of Magic in 1990, and Dave McKean was the cover artist for The Sandman. So that made me happy. I mean, it makes sense. Basilisk is a more horror-oriented story, but then like I was also noticing like the main characters remind me of the Endless, and then what Jimmy Boy reminded me of the Corinthian. That's all I'm gonna say there.
Yeah. Hey, have you read the Books of Magic yet?
But which series?
You keep talking about wanting to read it.
I mean, I'm talking about what the 1994 series. It's like 75 issues long.
Have you read it?
I'm getting there. I've been really busy. My guy, I worked for 3 days straight on 8.5-hour shifts. We built a Spirit Halloween. I have not been able to read shit this week.
Do you want to know what's fun? I own my own business, and I still do that. Like, I thought it would be easier, but it's not. It's not. It's not easier.
It's a juggling. It's learning how to juggle shit, and it's hard. But no, I got like I've been. It's on my priority list, right? I've been reading some of the 2018 series. I really like it. I like the writing style, especially issue 14 for obvious reasons. But yeah, no. So if you're a fan of John Bolton or Dave McKean, you're gonna like this. I'm just gonna put that out there. But holy shit, they are some fucked up people. Not the characters, not the fucking artists.
Okay. You okay over there? I think you've had too much coffee.
My guy, I've only had a Coke, and this is my first. Actually, no, I had a cup of coffee this morning. Hello.
Yeah, dude, you're like all over the place right now.
You should see me at work. I'm way worse. They don't put me on register for a reason.
That's smart.
We'll put it that way.
That's smart.
I digress. No, so, the series revolves around Reagan, and she's kind of like split from this group of people who have powers, and this issue really showed how fucked up those motherfuckers really are. Like, holy shit. Like, the fact that, like, they find pleasure from just human agony. And also how one of them said that, like, they were anxious because they wanted to do what they did 2 years prior. And, like, this series keeps sprinkling in, like, little, like, well, this happened, but we're not gonna go too much into it. You know, we're gonna, like, edge you. And it's like, just give it to me already. That's awful. I should not have said that.
You are impossible to keep up with tonight.
Alright. I'm gonna sit back here.
Ah! I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even really know what to talk with about Basilisk. There wasn't too much that went on in this issue. We know that what's her name, the main character there, talks to the dude through the mirror. Manny. I was looking right at it, but the dude in the mirror. And then
Mirror guy.
And then Johnny, what's his name? Johnny Boy?
Johnny Boy.
Killed a bunch of people in a diner.
Also, they have names. There's what? Cora, Victoria, something like that. Johnny Boy. And, like, Reagan, there was like a scene where, like, Reagan and Manny were communicating through the mirror. She's obviously, like, she's on good terms with him, I guess, from what I could understand.
Yeah, so she seems to still be checking in with them often.
But, like,
But
yeah.
she doesn't want to be with them.
There we go. And, like, she kind of, like, went willingly with the woman she's with. And that woman is, like, obviously out for it because, like, her family died, I guess, in the massacre that happened 2 years prior. Yeah. But, like, the whole goal is to lead the others to her, and I guess she's gonna, like, fucking kill them, which, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see them try that.
Also, they have followers, like, the other, 5? They call them the Faithful. Natsu is, like, in the first issue that Reagan just kind of, like, incinerated with her eyes.
Yup.
So, that's pretty much all there was that happened. Like, I couldn't really take many notes on this because it was kind of, like, just a continuation. Like, not a continuation without much...
There wasn't much added.
Substance?
There wasn't much added to the story.
Yeah, just, again, it's kind of like sprinklings of new information, but it's a steady pace.
Yeah. It was all right. I'm gonna read the rest of the miniseries, but I wasn't like, yes, this is it. This is the one. It was,
It's a slow burn horror. I'll put it that way.
yes. That is
Um,
a perfect way to put it.
and I don't know how well it's gonna work with it being a mini series because slow burn horrors work better with bigger ongoing series than they do with mini series. It works sometimes, but not all the time.
If it doesn't pace up, 8 issues is gonna feel rough.
It's gonna fall flat, and I don't want to see that happen. I really don't want to see that happen. The artwork is gorgeous. The story is intriguing.
I really like how they do the 2 different styles of artwork. So there's the beginning is like that. It makes you feel like you're watching somebody's memory, and then it snaps out, and you're into like the regular. Here we are doing our thing now.
Exactly. It's a really nice balance, and that's why it's something interesting I haven't seen done in horror in a long time with art. Because usually, like, horror is either, with comics at least, is either hyper realistic or like super stylized. Like, I've never seen people bring those 2 styles together and meld them so seamlessly.
Yeah. The artwork's well done. It translates great. But
that's really all there is to say.
Yeah. That's really it.
Again, as always with Boom Studios, any of their series, get them pre-ordered through your LCS or on Boom Studios website. Issue 3 will be out August 4th. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's pretty much
We finally did something without rambling.
Because there's nothing to ramble about. It was like an uneventful issue.
It was like a filler episode.
It was like watching Lord of the Rings.
Shots fired.
Always.
I have tried to watch Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit so many times, and every single time. And I'm not saying they're not gorgeous movies, but I fall asleep during them. If someone has fallen asleep during Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings is my Harry Potter.
Dude, they're boring as shit.
Yeah, like,
they're just
I don't know, I just
and walking and walking and walking, and now they're in a forest that starts walking with them. That's annoying as shit. And here they're gonna fight for a few minutes, and then they're walking again.
And then, another fight. Yeah. But it's small, and someone's got a stab wound, and they're dead. Okay, more walking.
Yup, that's it. We just described Lord of the Rings to you.
Okay.
Alright. Way of X. Oh, nope. Don't forget, issue 3 comes out August 4th.
I just said
Did
that.
You? I don't remember that. I obviously haven't had enough caffeine today.
And I've had too much caffeine today.
Do you know what comes out 2 days after that?
What?
The Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, you're right.
I'm pumped for it. I'm so excited. I love the B-list characters.
Before we went live, he was talking about it. Obviously, you're excited for Polka Dot Man.
Bro, there's Peacemaker, who's headlining the new Suicide Squad run in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Blackguard, Bloodsport. Sylvester Stallone is playing King Shark.
Continue.
Nathan Fillion is playing Arm Fall Off Boy.
Educated choice.
Ratcatcher is going to be in it. Polka Dot Man. Javelin. Do you know about Javelin?
I do not know about Javelin.
His literal... He throws a fucking javelin. He was an Olympian.
It's in the name.
It's literally in the name. He was he was a German athlete in the Olympics, and he decided to use his extraordinary javelin throwing abilities to become a super mercenary.
As you do.
Do you want to know who his hero was that he had to fight?
Let's start with an H.
I want you to guess first. You got 2 guesses.
If it starts with an H and ends with an R, I think we're on the same page.
It does not.
Okay, because I'm about to say, like, that's so predictable. I honestly have no fucking clue, or else I would be guessing.
It's the Green Lantern. He had to fight the person with the strongest weapon in the DC universe with a fucking javelin. I'm gonna love this movie. Everything about it. And I can't wait.
As I've said,
They've got a good cast. I personally love Katana.
I'm just gonna remain cautiously optimistic.
Nah, dude.
Just because the DC has been failing their fans so badly lately, and I don't think they're gonna fail with this one, but
Dude.
I don't want to go with my hopes up and then not like it, if that makes sense.
Dude, the cast for this movie's ridiculous.
But I feel like with the trailers I've been seeing, they're not going to take that serious approach. They've tried.
No.
I think they're definitely going to dial it back. And that's what's making me a little more optimistic.
Bro,
about
they
it.
have Polka Dot Man and Javelin in the movie. There's no...
How can they make that super edgy?
You don't make this serious. And Captain Boomerang.
You can't make that edgy. You cannot make that
No.
edgy. I mean, they tried to make Captain Boomerang edgy. That didn't work out as well.
They did not try to make him edgy in the movie?
Bro!
Are you high?
Maybe!
Bro, he was the furthest...
I'm just saying.
He was the furthest thing from
Like,
edgy.
yeah. He was comic relief, yes, but he was still way too fucking edgy.
He was too edgy?
In my personal
Bro,
opinion.
I want to know what you consider, like, the edgiest of edgy people, because he was drinking beer in the middle of a fucking fight that he didn't want any part of. He convinced the dude to get his head blown up to see if it worked. He had a pink...
Maybe I just need to
He had a...
Maybe I just need to rewatch
He
it.
had a stuffed animal in his pocket the whole time.
That if I remember correctly, he was making jokes about fucking.
I don't think so.
I forgot. Okay, mind
He
you,
got into an argument with Harley Quinn in the bar.
I actually still have it. I saw it, like 16. I was 16. This is edgy. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. I'll give you my consensus next week. Fair?
Fair, because Captain
Fair. Okay.
Boomerang
It's
is
a deal.
is
Hold us to this.
no edgy person in that movie. Bro. Did you break your microphone?
Yeah, no, it came unplugged.
Did you get too hyped about Captain Boomerang not being edgy?
Listen. Anyway, we really are derailing.
Whatever.
Whatever, but I will come back next week with my consensus, and it'll be all drawn out the way I do my notes for this podcast. If people could just see the notes I do, the amount of effort I put in, because I have memory loss, and if I didn't have my notes, I'd be sitting here looking like a jackass.
I have literally no notes.
He just follows mine and tries his best. Such a
Precisely
good sport.
0. I don't like notes. I've never liked notes. They're not my thing.
That's fair. I like notes because I just need them, okay? We're not gonna judge me.
I'm not judging you. Everybody's different with that.
I'm not judging you.
That's good. I'm judging. I am judging you though that you think Captain Boomerang was edgy.
I was 16. I will rewatch it. Bro, you've seen what I looked like when I was 16, right?
No.
You don't want to. I had like long nappy hair and I thought like everything was fucking funny and it was like a bunch of offensive 4chan shit. Like, no. Cool. Yeah, no, that's a joke. I actually thought like fucking Minecraft videos were funny. I don't know.
That happens.
I've changed. Yeah, it happens. happens. Anyway, so you good over there? Or is your camera falling again?
Oh no, I was. Somebody was asking me if I need their head circumference. I make helmets. I'm the helmet guy on TikTok.
Fair. Fair. You are.
I got a couch full of them over
Also, shameless self promo. Our TikToks are linked to our account in the About section if you want to follow
there.
us.
They sure are. All right, let's move on to Wave X.
We're trailing.
Wave X number 4. Oh shit!
You gonna do it?
No, damn it.
He's not gonna do it.
Go ahead, do it. Do it.
The writer is Cy Spurrier, and the artist is Bob Quinn, and it's obviously through Marvel because it is X-Men. There's a lot of talking points, because this follows a larger story, obviously with what, I literally had the name, and guess who has memory loss? Ahaha. This is obviously following the Jonathan Hickman reboot of X-Men,
Yep.
so obviously there's a larger convoluted storyline. They're on Mars, but they're also on Earth.
It's
It's a shit show.
I'm gonna say
So,
it's hard to keep up with. Kinda. Like where you're going.
because we haven't been reading every single comic. It's the reason why I'm so picky about reading things like this is because it usually ties to a larger story that I don't have time to read all the time.
We were talking about this at the comic shop yesterday, and it's like 2 people came in and dropped Wave X because
Oh.
they couldn't keep up with it. And
They're referencing things happening in other comics, which is what's going to really hinder the series. That's all I'm
it's
saying.
going to hinder all the series at some point, but it's all going to lead up to. I think a lot of it's leading up to the trial of Magneto that comes out in a couple
It
months.
is.
But it's still going to be one of those things that's like, it's confusing now. Maybe at some point it gets straightened out and they release here's what you need to read.
I mean, I sent you this, what was it, at, 9:53 a.m. I sent you the full fucking reading list that started last year up until now. And it's kind of like, this is why I stay away from main continuity DC. It's like DC with all the fucking reboots. I'll just put it kindly. Is like, you need to read this issue of Batman, then this issue of Robin, then this issue of The Flash, and then this issue of Teen Titans to actually follow this
Yep.
whole arc. It's pretty much like that. But that also brings me to say this. The issue I will put this out here. I really do like Kurt and David's chemistry.
They're really good.
They are very, very good teammates.
Yeah, no, they're great. They
I love
work
them.
well together.
Surprisingly. But then also,
It was sketchy after the first issue, how that relationship was going to be. At the end of it, at least.
yeah. But like the first issue, like it's not the first issue. This issue, they're like talking to Marionette, who's lost, and obviously this relates to something that happened in a different comic in a different issue, which is why it's like, what the fuck? Which again goes into that timeline continuity issue we're talking about. But she's like talking about a parable of a tribe pillaged by a murderous leader, and he spared the children. And obviously it's a dig at Fabian and Cortez. And they're like, oh, is this about him? Because like, remember, clean slate, yada yada yada. We're trying to put our differences behind us, and it's like, okay. Yeah, also my notes, it's just like the whole like, let's band together and put aside our transgressions, and yeah, he might be a murderous warlord, but he can be a good guy, as if Fabian didn't really fuck up Gorgon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude. It's
yeah.
I was really. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was really confused reading it, and I read it right before we came on.
Yeah, I mean, I popped into your stream on TikTok, and you told me.
So I read it right before I started that TikTok stream, and it's all confusing. The end was dope.
The end was super dope, and I want to get there. But let me just also point out, I wish. Now, this isn't anything against the writers. Everyone is doing a spectacular job on this X-Men reboot. I'm just gonna put that out there. Besides Children of the Atom, fuck Children of the Atom.
Fuck Children of the Atom. X-Corp can kind of go fuck itself, because that shit. It's.
I digress. Besides Children of the Atom, everyone's doing a fantastic job. It's not on them. It's just if you're going to have a huge fucking timeline like this and a huge fucking reboot, and you've got something referencing another comic, you need to put in there what comic to read so you can follow. Because I'm confused, my friends are confused.
Yeah. It's getting...
Like, even just like a bullet
point. It's
point.
getting muddy now. It's just like, wait, when did they get there? And how did they get that? What the fuck is going on?
You know, like in older comics, I know they still do this sometimes, but in older comics, if they reference something, there would be like a little square at the bottom of the panel that'd be like, reference this issue to get clued in.
Yeah.
Fucking utilize that.
Yeah, they did that with
fucking utilize that.
Loki, Agent of Asgard. Specifically.
Fucking utilize that. Okay, so my notes are a little bit long. I'm working with a lot. I'm sorry. So Gorgon was resurrected wrong. And Fabian was fucking with him and like toying with him and pretty much like controlling how his powers worked and amplifying them by 1,000,000 just so like he could kill, and then that gave Kurt this ultimatum of like, actually, let me see. Kill him because he said he wouldn't go quietly, kill Gorgon before he snaps, or get petrified by Gorgon. Those were the 3 ultimatums, and then Kurt was like, fuck you, and just went and humiliated himself. That's how that went. And I don't know what led up to that. There was no key point, so I don't know what happened, so I can't really like tell you anymore.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Can I put this out there though? Sai writes Fabian really well, like really well.
He does. I'm not gonna lie.
He makes him unlikable in a likable way. I don't like that.
100%. And I think that's the sign of good writing for.
Absolutely. I mean, Sai is a godly writer, and he's had experience on X-Men for what, a good 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So each issue is split into 3 parts, and it has 3 like different side stories that all correlate into one. That's kind of how Way of X is structured. And so we have what's going on Mars, we have what's going on in New York, and we have what's going on with David and Charles. And so our big baddie is what? Onslaught?
Yes.
I don't know what led up to them needing the Krakoan key. Gate seed.
I don't know. There was
no key point for me to reference back to or anything.
Him and David kind of just split up, and Nightcrawler ended up with ice cream all over him, and David ended up in a room of dead people.
Yeah, so I will point out, like, this was like kind of the most cohesive part to all of it. So like they're having an exchange, right? And is it Zorn and Zorn? I think that's how they.
It is.
But one spelled with X and one spelled with the Z. I think that's really funny. But they're with David, and I think what I really like about this is because David has been wrote so shittily over the years from just blatant misinformation about DID and everything that people kind of just don't like him, and it's been Cy Spurrier out here writing him and talking with the communities that he represents as a character and trying to get his character right. So with all of that, I like how he really like plays on that with David's character. And so if anyone knows, David is Charles' son, and Charles has really fucked him up. So he kind of is at this point where like no one's ever going to believe him. So he just quotes to David, because Charles is over here like, oh, they're teaching you good things. And he goes, they're there to actually like vaporize his brain if he loses control. And I'm going to quote here, I rule me whatever the cost. So I really enjoyed that exchange. That was the most cohesive part to the entire issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the like only part that I understood in most of that issue.
Along with that, they were talking about how like Onslaught is building upon the fear and anger of mutants, and what's lying underneath the surface is something more than they're ever going to be able to handle. And Charles is like, well, let me handle it. These are my people. And he's like, yeah, no. And so like he tries to take that information by force, showing once again that Charles is never going to respect David's boundaries, and they all get vaporized. So that's cute.
Yep. Charles is such a piece of shit.
I actually made a meme. I made a meme, and I don't know if you want to show it, just because I don't want to start shit with the comic incels, but it's like a handshake meme, and it's a three-way handshake, and it's Jean, David, Scott, and in the middle, beating the shit out of Charles.
I saw that one. I saw you posted it. Yeah, no, Charles sucks. He is not great. Not a big fan.
Yeah. I don't think anyone that's read X-Men is really a big fan of Charles.
No.
And we could be here all night talking about why everyone hates Charles Xavier, but that's for another day. So I'm going to let you handle the end because you brought it up and rightfully you get to talk about it.
The end of the comic?
Yeah, let me
end
point
of
this
our
out though real
lives?
quick. There is something really fishy with the structure of this society because Fabian kept telling Kurt, even like he was fucking with Gorgon, but the thing that he kept saying is, I've committed no sin and broken no law. And he was like super freaked out at the thought of being put in front of the council once more. So obviously,
Dude, I said it.
fucked
I
up
said
shit.
it from issue 1. This whole thing is just fucked.
We've been saying it since issue 1, but like now it's like right in your
Absolutely.
face.
There is a weird class system that they have going on within the mutant world, and dude, I don't even know where to begin with that because it is. They have effectively diplomatic immunity because they grew a treehouse in the middle of Manhattan. And nobody said
Yeah, they
shit
did.
about it. And then now you have mutants dying but also on a waiting list to get back. Like Sabretooth from I think was it X-Men 1? Or they were talking about Sabretooth who's been dead and he's just still there waiting to be alive again.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's just a weird hierarchy that they have, and now that there's the council that he's afraid to go in front of it's starting to make sense and come to light. And
It's really getting in your face. Also, one more thing. Dr. Nimbus is throwing tons of digs at Fabian. I thought that was lovely. I just need to quote a couple of things here before like we continue and you get on with like arguably the best part of the entire fucking issue. Give me 1 fucking second. Why do they talk so much?
Who? What?
My friend's server. Give me 1 second. There we go. So I think honestly, he threw too many digs. We'd be here all night. Irrespective of which the real him, the man is as conflicted as he is dangerous. In fact, I'd wager he's deadlier than an unemployed yuppie slouching about the island, muttering about his bespoke leatherette hobo gloves than he ever was an overly pocketed beefcake with a foolishly large gun and a helmet perm.
Okay.
Very eloquent, very well-spoken. We love sophisticated digs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Alright, take it away.
All right. So the end of the comic with David and Charles just hanging out, having their father-son time, where David admits he loves his dad, but he doesn't know why, which was interesting.
Yeah, but then hey, it also comes from abuse
Absolutely.
narrative, which is super
It was
dark.
an interesting turn for them. It was
Really
an interesting
sad.
turn for the comic to take when you really didn't know what the fuck was going on for the rest of the comic. And then they start dumping all that real heavy shit on you at the end. And like... and they just talked about their trust issues. I'm speeding through this, obviously, because it's getting
Obviously,
late.
I
And I
mean,
gotta go to...
God, this.
I got a meeting in Manhattan tomorrow. I know.
Oh, fine.
But, so... You talked about a lot of the major parts. Zorn and Zorn are there to kill David if David loses his shit again and tries to kill the universe. Charles is a piece of shit and tries to
As
forcibly take
always.
the information from David and kill everybody. And then my favorite line of the whole comic was, tell the was it the Resurrection team not to make dinner plans. They had a lot of work ahead of them.
Oh God, yeah, so many fucking
Yeah.
skeletons. So many skeletons.
And it wasn't like a room full of nobodies.
No.
It was some heavy hitters. But
During that last panel, though, he said every seed grows a gate. Every gate opens a path only mutants can walk. God, that hit.
yeah, the end of this one was really good. It ended so strong compared to how it started.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we could be here all night speculating, but God, no, that hit.
Yeah. All right.
All right. But in my notes, my only question is, what is he sacrificing himself, or is he opening up a portal through himself? Those are my only questions.
That's fair. That's a good question.
Issue 5 will be out on August 18th. Obviously, it's through Marvel, so you can pick it up at your LCS on release day. Okay. I'm gonna speed run this real quick. I don't think we'll get to release radar just because. Guess who wanted to talk about Suicide Squad?
It's me. It's on the release radar. If you pick three for the releases. Like I keep telling you every week, pick 3.
I always get to it on the stream. That's my problem. It's the one thing I always forget. I'll get better though. I've gotten better. Okay, so my collector's corner. It's do you have the picture you can pull up real quick? Just because I chose an obscure pick, and it's gonna need a cover to kind of resonate well with people. Okay, so my pick for this week, as everyone knew, I didn't get to do it last week because I got home right before our stream started. So, The Perhapanauts, by Todd DeZago and Craig Russeo. Gonna say it like that. We're good. And these are labeled by Todd and Craig. It's really cool. So, its initial release was through Dark Horse Comics, and in 2007 they jump shipped over to Image. Note that. So, pretty much it's just about a group of operatives in an organization kind of like the CIA, but it's called the Bedlam, and they deal with supernatural disturbances from the big to the small, and there's 2 teams, the blue team and the red team, always bickering. But the blue team is the central focus. Every single person on the team has some sort of superpower or is a supernaturally inclined individual, like Arissa, who has like psychic abilities, there's Molly, who's a ghost, MG, who's like no one knows anything about, and then there's like a little fucking Sasquatch, I shit you not, and a Chupacabra named Choopy, and it's a lot of fun. It just goes over their adventures. It's obscure because you cannot find it on Comixology. I tried to find it everywhere, but you can definitely get the first arc from 2005 called First Blood. It's on Amazon, and there's a re-release being like a reprint being re-released through Barnes & Noble if you go there and pre-order it. And you can find loose issues on eBay for as low as $2. Though, go with that as you will. Just always be careful with buying things on eBay. But yeah, it's really fun. I loved it. Again, it's called The Parappanauts by Todd Izago and Craig Ruseo.
Dope. Awesome.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna go through a couple releases that came out this week, some big ones, or potential big ones. Moon Knight started.
Potential big
Moon
one.
Knight started a new run this week, and I'm super pumped for it. I have not got to read it yet. Blue and Gold #1 came out. It's an 8-part miniseries. It's Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle. I fucking love Booster Gold. He's a fucking idiot. Oh shit, Proctor Valley Road came out today and I didn't get #5.
Oopsie. I have that in my subscription box. I actually go on Friday to pick up my sub, so.
I thought it was in mine, but I could have been wrong. Oh shoot. What is this?
That's good. The fuck? Okay.
Alright. What do you got coming out next week?
Berserker #4. Something is Killing the Children #18. I'm gonna just put this out there. I don't like the covers for 16, 17, or 18. I don't like the style. I like their more stylized covers. I digress. And oh shit. I keep forgetting that Red X is now in the comics. Anyway,
Titans Academy?
try. Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
It's such a good, it's a good read. It's fun.
I'll have to check it out. And then the United States of Captain America #2. There we go.
Yes, I am excited for the Captain America to come out next week.
Also, Vinyl #2 is coming out.
How many
next
was
week.
that?
It was 4, but I just saw it. It was 4, but I
You're
just
killing
saw
me.
it. You
You're
can't
fucking
judge
killing
me.
me.
You can't judge me. I
3.
did better this time than I did last time. That's
So-
all I'm saying.
Teen Titans Academy, Teen Titans Academy and the Suicide Squad have had a mini crossover, but it isn't like you have to read this to read that kind of crossover. Red X is fucking everywhere right now, fucking shit up, and I have no idea what he's actually doing, which is fun. Like you said, United States of Captain America.
I want to point out that the Blue Flame #3 comes out next
Bro,
week as
are
well.
you gonna take all of my fucking things that I'm trying to talk about?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
The Witcher #3 in the 4-part miniseries. I think the Witcher 4-part miniseries are like perfect for the Witcher style stories.
Like the video game?
Like the book that was later made into a video game, later made into a comic,
Later made into the show.
later made into a show. Yeah. But I think the 4-part miniseries for The Witcher is a good style for them. It gets to tell a lot of different stories without you having to read previous stories, if that makes sense. So it's like a continued run, but they're all their own thing. Good, don't talk.
Sorry.
Well, that was pretty much all I had. You took all my picks for the next week because I wouldn't stop.
I just
You
kept
wouldn't-
seeing
you
them
just
on
wouldn't-
my
you,
page.
like,
I'm
wouldn't stop
sorry.
talking. Oh, Black Knight #5, Curse of the Ebony Blade. I started Black Knight. It's a fun story. It's a fun read. It's an easy read, but it's getting exciting. That's all I got because I'm gonna stop talking. But I like the cover art for Something Killing the Children #18. It's fucking dope. Oh, Robin number 4. We get to see what's going on with that fucking idiot. Doing dumb things. And that's all I got. Are you gonna say anything now? Because there's nothing left for you to steal.
I'm sorry.
I do want to give a shout out to my local comic shop, October Country Comics. You can find them at octobercountrycomics.com. They are doing a lot for me right now and asking for literally nothing.
That's
Which
amazing.
is awesome. So I'm pretty excited about that.
We got 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to throw that out there. You can find me on TikTok at DJ Spooky Ty, and here on YouTube, Storytime with Ty. I really need to change that name. Oh my god, it's been like 3 years. And my information is linked in our About section.
Oh, I got to meet the artist on one of my favorite runs of Lantern comics from the New 52.
Swag.
He was at the local comic shop doing a signing for his new book that came out, and he did little head sketches for everybody, and he drew me Guy Gardner. That's my favorite Green Lantern, and he drew Guy Gardner as a Red Lantern in the Red Lantern run. But his new book is called Ned, the Lord of the Pits, I think. Lord of the Pit. It's a comedy horror, I believe. I haven't read it yet. I did buy it. Super nice dude. It was a Kickstarter comic that got funded. That was all words. Yeah, it was crowdfunded. That's it. That's my words.
It's really cool.
I know, right? You couldn't steal that one.
Again, I'm sorry.
I'm just messing with you. Chill.
Shit. I love when comic shops do really cool shit, like events and stuff. My local one, they do Comic Cons, and they've had like 2 or 3 Power Rangers actors come through. I met Jason David Frank.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. Got a picture with him with my little brother. It was really swag.
You good over there, bro?
I think my caffeine crash is slowly setting in.
All right, so let's.
I don't know. Okay, I will be honest. I have like this like bag of like it's decent. Like I don't know. I guess it's locally brewed, ground, locally
Roasted?
ground and shit and sourced. Yeah, there we go. And let me just say 3 things of that at a midnight study session.
What brand coffee is it?
I'd have to get up. I'll show you on Discord. It's $10 a bag though,
It's cheaper than I buy my coffee for.
with my state's tax. So, but it's worth it. Like,
No,
One
I'm
cup?
saying that's
and then also I drink Starbucks espressos. So,
fuck Starbucks.
listen, 2 cans for $5 at a Quick
I thought
Trip.
you meant because like Starbucks sucks.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate Starbucks. But no, I get this shit
Fair
right
enough.
here.
All right. I am done. If you are done. What?
Where can they?
You're breaking up over there, bro.
Am I breaking up
No,
now
no, no.
or?
Did you keep unplugging your mic? I'm kidding.
It keeps coming unplugged. It's gay.
Does it? Did you try like gluing it in? forever.
I wish. Anyway, where can they find
I'm
you?
at Clyburn on TikTok and Acer_prop_shop at Instagram. Alright. I'll see you later.
All right. I'll see you later
Bye.
as well. Peace.